I'm Alric Davis, a recent graduate from Howard University with a bachelor's in chemical engineering and a dual minor in political science and mathematics. I'm also currently a first year PhD student in biomedical and chemical engineering. I'm being accosted to also state that I was also the
valedictorian for the engineering school at Howard University, graduation 2024.
I think it's pretty easy to kind of hear all of these good things that you hear tonight and dwell on the sense of pride that you get. You know, the way you swell inside when you hear about all of the scholarship recipients and all of the good things that we've been doing. But we often take for granted the sense of community that it takes. And when I like to think of myself, and maybe some of the kids here tonight, I like to call myself a village baby. Because none of us get here or where we're at on our own or of our own accord. It takes giants in service and selflessness like J1 and the David Wagga Foundation to really step up and be heroes in our lives, to really make shifts in our stories. And I'm also from Kingston, Jamaica, like many of the scholars here tonight, and coming from a place where you come here alone. Many of us don't have families here. We spend Thanksgivings here, we spend Christmases here, and while we're doing our studies, we work, and we're sometimes, you know, for lack of a better word, alone. But because of these communities, we never feel alone. You know, we have MacP and Mr. Hunt and so many other J1 people asking us, where are you going to be for Thanksgiving? What are you eating? How are you doing? And I think we take for granted how often these people really get up and come out of themselves to ask us, how are you doing? It takes a lot for them. They are busy people, you know, and for them to make this a part of their routine, to really make us feel like we are not alone and we are here and people are behind us, full speed ahead. We, on behalf of all of my colleagues, we'd just like to say thank you, because it's not something that you had to do, but it's because you are chosen. You know, many are called, but only few are chosen, and because of that, you can make big impacts in so many of our lives. But I think, aside from my peers and myself, that's not even the most impressive part. You see, I'm also a graduate, or a KC old boy at this point. And as we celebrate 100 years of being a phenomenal institution, a phenomenal young men, I'd like to also acknowledge that even KC can't do it on their own, you know, because amongst every KC young men tonight, there's a caliber young man just to help push us on and make things like David Wagga so phenomenal. And